Email marketing can feel like a trap. You don't want to send too many emails, but you have to send enough. And you don't want anyone to think of it as spam, so you end up sending nothing at all. Instead, why not let our Email Marketing for Beginners guide take you through how to get started, from choosing the right platform to sending that first email. Now, email marketing is one of the most direct ways you can connect with your audience. It's cost-effective and has a very high return on investment. That's because it allows you to build a long-term relationship with your audience and connect them directly to your website without having to fight for their attention. They want to hear from you, but it's easy to forget that when you're just starting out. Just take it step by step and you'll see. Email marketing is a lot easier than you think. First things first, you need an email marketing platform. This is where you'll manage your client list, design emails, and send them. Now, don't overcomplicate this step. The best email marketing platform is the one that works for you. If you have one already, you're one step ahead. You can jump right to this section of the video if you want to skip to the next step. Now, if you are still deciding, you may have heard about big players like MailChimp or Klaviyo. They're great, but the learning curve is huge. I recommend picking a simple platform that has just the features you need. All the rest is just noise and more costs. Whatever platform you choose, make sure to keep a lookout for these non-negotiables. First, an easy-to-use email editor to make writing easy. Second, a list management system so you can collect and sort emails easily. Third, automated emails so you don't have to log in and send emails manually. And last but not least, a simple analytics dashboard that shows your open, click-through, and unsubscribe rates. Now, if a platform doesn't have these features or makes any of it too complicated, just move on. There's plenty out there that can help you get started without a headache. Anything else is nice to have, but not crucial when you're just starting out. I could totally make a comparison video with the most popular platforms, so make sure to leave a comment down below if you want to see it. But if you're starting out and you need something simple, I would highly recommend Hostinger Reach. Hostinger Reach was made with beginners in mind. It has all the essentials I just mentioned and an AI-powered writing tool that can help you draft the perfect email. Plus, if you already have a website with Hostinger, you can connect the two pretty seamlessly. Sure, there are some advanced tools out there that can help you jump through every technical hoop, but that's not what you need right now. And once you want to scale up, Hostinger will still be there for you. After all, simple doesn't mean limited. And if you want to check it out, make sure to use the code HA10 for 10% off your plan. You can find it right here and in the description box below. Once you have a platform, you'll be tempted to spend hours and hours designing the perfect email. We've all been there, but
slow down.
Before you design or write your emails, you need an audience that's going to actually read them. Make sure to check out this video right here for a few marketing strategies that can help you build that audience. Once you have the people, you need to get them to sign up. When creating an email list, the most important question you need to ask yourself is, why would someone give me their email address? Remember, email marketing is an opt-in channel. For you, the answer is obvious. They should want to give you their email address to hear about your brand. But you're thinking like a business and not a customer. People don't subscribe to emails out of nothing. Just take a look at the promotion folder in your own inbox. How did those businesses get your email? Most of the time when someone subscribes to an email list, it's because they get something useful in return. This is what we call a lead magnet. The best lead magnets are immediate, specific, and directly relevant to what your business does. Vague offers like subscribe for more don't drive signups because the customer doesn't know what they're actually getting into. What is more? What kind of emails are they going to be getting? Instead, structure your lead magnet as providing immediate actionable value for your customer, aka give them a freebie. Here's some tried and true freebies. First up, a discount or promo code. It's simple, effective, and perfect if you have an online store. There's a reason even the biggest brands continue to rely on a discount as their main lead magnet. Next up, a download. This could be a checklist, a template, or a how-to guide. The key word here is short. It should be 1 page maximum. Just enough to provide value to your subscriber, teach them about something, and keep them coming back without much effort. And lastly, early or VIP access. If you're not ready to launch your brand or you have a new product planned, creating an invite list allows you to collect emails and gauge excitement at the same time. Your subscribers, meanwhile, feel like insiders, and the exclusivity builds excitement for them. These are just some examples, but all of them follow one principle. Your lead magnet should solve one specific problem for your subscriber. The more useful it is, the better it converts. We're planning on having a video to show you how to craft the perfect lead magnet, so subscribe to our channel so you don't miss it. Once you have a lead magnet, you need a way for people to actually sign up for it. That's where your sign up form comes in. There are a couple of ways you can go about this. Now, if you're already using a hosting or website builder or WordPress site, you can build your forms there and connect them to Reach in one click. Or you can build and customize the form directly inside Reach and embed it on your site. It works even if your site is not hosted on Hostingo. Now, wherever you place your form, placement matters. Put it where you can get the most attention from your audience, like your website homepage or a link in bio on social media, and keep it simple. The fewer fields, the better. For an email list, all you really need is a name and an email. The less friction there is, the more people will actually sign up. So you've got the platform, you've got the subscribers. Now what? Well, you have to start sending emails. You want to send a mix of value-driven emails with promotional content. A general rule of thumb is the 1-to-3 ratio. 1 promotional email for every 3 value-driven emails. But don't be afraid to change it up if it's better for your business. If you're an accountant, for example, your subscribers probably don't need a discount on their income tax filing all year round, so sending a promotion every 4th email will seem kind of weird. The point is to build trust and loyalty with your subscribers, so they don't ignore your emails or send them to spam when it really counts. Value-driven emails focus on providing genuinely useful information to your subscribers and don't lead with a sales pitch. They provide a little bit of insight into your brand or industry and should be something they actually want to read. If you're a sustainable jewelry brand, you might want to have a behind-the-scenes look at how you keep your business sustainable. These should always be directly related to your business and solve a pain point or curiosity for your audience. So if you're an accountant, your followers probably don't need a recipe for banana bread, even if it is the best banana bread you've had all year, right? They'd rather have tax deadline reminders, breakdowns of new regulations, or effective budgeting tips. The point is to build trust and loyalty with your subscribers by sending them content they want to read, so they don't ignore your emails or send them to spam when it really counts. Having a content breakdown is great, but you also need to pay attention to who you're sending those emails to. That brings me to audience segmentation. Now, segmentation is just a marketing term for dividing your email list into smaller groups, so you can send specific emails to each. You can break this down in many ways: by demographic, by purchase history, how they interact with your brand, by product preferences, whatever works to connect your brand to your subscribers. When you're starting out, it can be hard to figure out which segments are most important, especially when you don't know your subscribers yet. I recommend starting out with 2 categories: engaged subscribers and inactive subscribers. This is probably the most simple breakdown: who is opening and clicking on your emails and who isn't. Engaged subscribers can help give you insight into what type of content is working, especially if they regularly open your emails but don't click on the links. That is a clue that your CTAs might not be as strong and need editing. Inactive subscribers are those who haven't opened your emails in a long time and you need to do something about it. What no one tells you is that if someone doesn't open your email in a long time, the email provider like Gmail will start to assume your email is spam. And if a lot of people aren't opening your emails, that sends a signal to the email provider that your emails might be spam for everyone. If that happens, well, even your engaged subscribers will start seeing your emails. To prevent this, add anyone who hasn't opened your email for 3 months to the inactive subscribers list. Send them a re-engagement email with a freebie and ask them if they want to unsubscribe. If they still don't open your emails, just take them off your subscriber list. A small list of engaged subscribers always beats out a large but stale one. After a few months, try adding another segment. If you have a solid pool of engaged subscribers who often click through in your promotional emails or even make a purchase, create a segment called frequent visitors and start sending them more product-heavy emails. Again, you don't want to overcomplicate things. Start with 2 and add more as you grow. Finally, you need to make an email that's worth opening. Take a look at your promotions folder in your inbox right now. Your subscribers are facing the exact same wall of promotions. How are you going to make your email stand out? Now, this isn't about design. It's easy to stare at the design and copy it for hours until you finally give in to decision fatigue. Just choose a basic template and don't change too much. Add your logo and branding details and call it a day. Have AI write the copy if you're struggling, but make sure it sounds like it's coming from you and is relevant to your brand. That's what will keep your audience's attention. If you do end up going with hosting a reach for your email marketing platform, you can actually use the AI template generator to help build all of this out for you. Just 2 things you really need to be strategic about. Each email should have a catchy subject line and a CTA. Again, an easy place to overthink, but you don't need to be a copywriting wizard to craft them. Just remember to keep it simple and keep it relevant. Aim for a subject line that is under 50 characters so your readers can see it no matter where they're checking their email. Stay away from clickbaity titles and let your subject line be a preview to your content. Your CTA or call to action is the prompt that tells the reader what to do next. Stick to one link and make it a button, and make sure that it ties back to the content in your email. Think of every email as a single connected path. The subject line, your content, and the CTA are all pointing at the same thing. Stay consistent and to the point. That's the key to email marketing. Remember, an email sent is better than a draft in your outbox. You'll learn along the way what kind of content works best for your audience. Now, remember when I said that email marketing can feel like a trap? Like there's no way to avoid just getting ignored? There are a couple of common mistakes that everyone makes when they're first starting out. So before we go, I'm going to play a little game I like to call email jail. Sending emails without permission? Email jail. Buying email lists just doesn't work anymore. Spam filters are too sophisticated and there's just no benefit there. Your emails won't get opened, your brand reputation will suffer, and you won't drive new customers to your business. A small list that grows organically is always better and will help you understand what works with your subscribers. Sending irrelevant content? Straight to email jail. Sending generic blasts that are not personalized and are unrelated to your business is a recipe for unopened emails. Your content should be directly related to your business or industry and personalized for your audience. That doesn't just mean using their name, it's also making sure you segment your audience and respond to the content they like to see. Alright, emails looking like web pages? Okay, it's not going directly to email jail, but they also won't know what to do with it. Emails with huge banners and too many images are slow to load and confusing. Your audience won't know where to click, and they won't know what they need to pay attention to. Keep your first few emails simple and organic. Don't try to cram everything in at once. Just stick to one topic and save the rest for the next email. You're building a long-term strategy here, so save the introduction for your homepage. So, email marketing can create a consistent connection to your audience. Start off slowly with just 1 email per month and use an email marketing platform like Hosting or Reach to help plan and automate your emails. We'll have a discount code in the description box below if you want to check it out. For more on how you can use email marketing for your small business, check out this other Hosting or Reach video right here. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.